Hey guys, Richard Blaine here. Thanks for stopping by my easy cooking channel tonight. As always, another nice dinner dish. Okay, tonight I'm not doing any requests. I'm not doing any Asian requests. I'm not doing any Italian requests. Although maybe I should rephrase that. I am doing Italian tonight. I'm doing my own Italian request tonight. I'm doing a very simple pasta dish. What's interesting about Italian food, and even about Asian food, and even French food, and many of the foods around the world that are considered to be some of the best eating you can get and some of the finest dining you can have, is that these dishes all began as foods or recipes that peasants ate, okay? Italians today, they look at polenta as like, oh God, I never want to eat polenta again, because polenta is something that the poor people ate. But yet when they get away from their homeland, they're like, oh God, what I wouldn't give for some polenta, okay? So tonight I'm going to be making a simple peasant-style pasta dish. It's nothing that you might find on an official Italian restaurant menu, but it is an Italian dish. Tonight I'm going to make pasta with anchovies and breadcrumbs. It's very simple. It's so simple even I can make it, and if I can make it, you can make it. Pasta with anchovies and breadcrumbs. There'll be some tomatoes, there'll be some garlic, there'll be some Parmesan cheese, but this is just a very simple, rustic dish. It's delicious, it's easy to make, it's fast. Yes, it's fishy because of the anchovies, but people need to really get an appreciation for anchovies. So, as usual with YouTube, let's get going. I know it's more than 15 minutes, and I'll see you on the other side. Here comes the easiest part, the cooking of the spaghetti. Now, I'm just using regular spaghetti. You can use any kind of pasta you want, okay? Bucatini, spaghetti, linguine, fettuccine, gamelle, orecchiere, rigatoni, penne rigate, it doesn't matter, okay? Any kind of pasta in a big sauce pot of well-salted water, and I'm going to cook this until it's al dente, about 8 minutes, and then I'm going to strain it, coat it in a little olive oil, and move on to making a really nice, simple, rustic anchovy sauce. Okay guys, so the pasta's been cooking for about 10 minutes. It's al dente. I'm going to strain it and put it right back into this pot, and I'm going to coat it with a little bit of olive oil. Now, alright guys, so there's the pasta strained, and I'm going to pour about 1 to 2 tablespoons right about there. Alright, right about there. Okay, and I'm going to mix this in. Excuse me. Okay, a lot of people disagree with the olive oil on the pasta trick, but believe me, it works, and sometimes it's necessary. So right there, there we go. I'm going to put the lid on it. I'm going to move it aside, and we're going to get to work on this killer sauce. Alright, so here we go. I've got about 4 tablespoons of olive oil in this saute pan, and I have 1 2-ounce flat of anchovies on about a medium to medium-high flame, and I'm breaking the anchovies apart. They're going to become a paste, okay, and incorporate into this oil, and then we're going to move on to the next step of adding the garlic and the tomato. Okay, the anchovies and the oil have been cooking, and I'm going to add the garlic. I've got about 8 to 10 cloves of garlic here. I've got about 8 to 10 cloves of garlic here, and that might seem like a lot, but really, to counterbalance the quote-unquote fishiness of the anchovy, it's not a lot at all. So, alright guys, the garlic is softened and lightly brown, and I'm going to add some tomatoes. This here is 4 fresh plum tomatoes with the seeds removed. I didn't want the excess water from the seeds, okay? I'm going to turn that up to a medium-high and get this to saute. It's going to take 5 to 8 minutes for the tomato to break down, and then we're going to move on to the next step of making this sauce. And in the meantime, we're going to add a little bit of salt. Get it to sweat down. There we go. A little bit of black pepper. Okay. There we go. There we go. Put that black pepper in there for that savory flavor. Get these tomatoes to break down. Now, you don't have to do this, but you know I'm going to do this. There's some pepperoncino. Okay, you don't have to do that. Okay, that's some crushed red chili flake. You don't have to do that, but I actually enjoy the heat. Anybody that knows me, anybody that's been watching me for a while, knows that I love the heat. So I added that pinch of pepperoncino, and I'm going to wait for these tomatoes to break down. Alright guys, excuse me. Alright guys, the tomatoes and the garlic have broken down famously. This is a lovely, lovely sauce. But I have 4 people to feed tonight, so I'm going to thin it out. I am going to thin this sauce out with about 2 cups of chicken stock. Okay, now that seems like a lot, but really it's not. Okay, because thin sauce is very popular in Italian cooking. Just think about pasta aglio, one of the most famous thin sauces. So I'm going to thin this sauce out for about 10 to 15 minutes. I got it on high. I'm going to bring it to a boil and then bring it to a simmer and thin it down just a little bit because I got 4 people to feed. And I'll see you in a little bit. Alright guys, just to let you know, a lot of people thin their sauce out with some of the starch water from the pasta. Really, I'm not a big fan of the starch water. When I need to thin out a sauce, okay, I don't like using the starch water from the pasta. I like using chicken stock because the chicken stock just has so much more flavor, okay, than the starch water. I usually just get rid of my starch water. Now, you can watch a lot of people online, they'll go, oh yeah, save a 1/4 cup, 1/2 cup, or a whole cup of starch water and throw it into your sauce. And in my experience, it just makes the sauce kind of bland. So I like using a little chicken stock and a little salt and pepper like I got here, and it thickens up, and that's that. It's up to you. But in my opinion, the chicken stock works so much better than the starch water. Blah. Starch water, I throw it away. Blah. Alright guys, so while the sauce is simmering on another burner, I'm going to add some breadcrumbs. Okay, there we go. Panko breadcrumbs. You can add Italian breadcrumbs if you want, but I'm using Panko Italian breadcrumbs, okay? There we go. There we go. Oh, yeah. There we go. Ah. There we go. There we go. Move this pasta around. Okay. Until it's all coated evenly with the panko. And that's not going to take much. Moving it around. Oh, delicious. There we go. There we go. There's the last of the panko. Okay, there we go. And it really doesn't take much to get the pasta evenly coated in the panko. Okay, there we go. All right. And then we're going to add some Parmesan. Okay, this is Parmesan I found with Italian herbs and spices. Okay, artisan Parmesan with garlic and parsley and shallot. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, this is just smelling and looking so lovely. There we go. Oh, God. All right, I'm going to plate this and then we're going to move on to eating. There it is, guys. Pasta with anchovies and breadcrumbs. There's a little bit of tomato, garlic, and some olive oil, but there it is. Pasta with anchovies and breadcrumbs. A delicious dish. I hope you make it. I want to thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.